What is unique about these new discoveries in Iceland that terrifies scientists? Well, we're talking about Iceland, where fire meets ice. Sitting between Greenland and Norway, this Nordic wonder near the Arctic Circle shows off stunning landscapes that have amazed scientists. With every spot having stories to tell, Iceland is a mystery waiting to be solved. Join us on an incredible journey across Iceland and reveal what just emerged in Iceland that terrifies scientists. Number 10, Viking's Cave. Near the quaint town of Oddi in Rangervellir, a team of archaeologists from the Archaeological Institute of Iceland set out on what was supposed to be a routine dig in 2018. Little did they know that their shovels would dig up shocking stories and mind-blowing layers of the past. They found a connection to Iceland's Viking history that surprised curious explorers and tugged at the heartstrings of locals and historians. This team stumbled upon a man-made cave system dating back to the Viking era. The first Vikings are believed to have settled in the East Fjords, and these caves were built between 800 and 1060 during the Viking era. This discovery caused a lot of excitement for the discoverers as they got butterflies in their tummies about how much they would find out about the lives the early settlers lived if they kept digging. One of the archaeologists, in awe, said they had expected to find human or animal remains that would give them clues about the residents, but instead, they found the history of an entire community. The caves, rumored to be medieval barns known as Nadahellir, were more than just structures. They give insight into how Viking men survived living in a new place such as Iceland. Even more so, the Vikings' cave gave credibility to the story told by Bishop Walker, Legends of Saints. This story was a chapter about a cave collapsing with 12 bulls inside, a testament to their historical importance. An indigene of the land looking at the excavation site with amazement said he never would have believed if he had been told that the ground he stood had this underneath. He said the discovery was like forefathers finally having enough of their ignorance. As interesting as the discovery was, it raised many concerns about the stability of these ancient structures. Although it has lasted long, there was no telling how long it could hold for. The team are still digging in fear because the structures are very old, but of course, their nosiness still gets the best of them, and they must uncover all that is hidden in the cave. Number 9, Icelandia, the submerged continent. What if I told you there was a whole continent under Iceland right now? Unbelievable, right? This continent has remained hidden for years until when geologists discovered it. This discovery questions what we have always known to be Earth's geography and if there are only 7 continents. This newly found continent referred to as Icelandia isn't just a story taken from a book for your amusement. Scientific research shows the presence of a massive continental crust under Iceland, as opposed to an oceanic crust. So far, there are theories that it covers an expansive area of over 1 million square kilometers, including the neighboring regions west of Britain. Scientists believe that it could extend from Greenland to Europe. If this turns out to be true, then the ancient supercontinent of Pangaea, which existed about 360 million years ago before the current separation of continents, did not completely break apart as initially thought but got stretched out. Surreal, right? However, Icelandia isn't intriguing for just the science world. It is raising a lot of excitement for dreamers and explorers and raised eyebrows from the naysayers who find it ridiculous that anyone would find this discovery something worth giving a second thought. Talk more of exploring what it holds. Think this is mind-blowing? Buckle up, there is still so much interesting stuff to go through. Number 8, Brarbunga Volcano. Beneath the Vatnajökull Glacier is an active subglacial stratovolcano. This breathing volcano measures about 80 square kilometers, equal to 11,300 standard-size football fields. This volcano is 10 kilometers wide and can cover from one end of these 11,300 stadiums to the other. As for the depth of approximately 700 meters, imagine 23 Empire State Buildings on top of each other within the stadium. Initially, slight tremors were reported to have occurred within the volcano's area, sparking curiosity and attention to the region. As researchers looked more deeply, what was believed to be a massive mountain unfolded into a new narrative. Investigations showed that volcanic activities caused the tremors. These tremors have now developed into slight outbursts, and you could reach across and touch the suspense the activities in the Earth's crust were causing. As fascinating as it sounds, scientists have yet to estimate this volcano's potential impact and eruption, and the question remains, when will it erupt, or do we call it a bluff? This is not to be ignored because if it decides to erupt, there's a risk of massive floods called jokullops due to melted glaciers, sending a ton of water and mud downstream. It could also mess up air travel, water and soil, like in 2010 with another Icelandic volcano. But the good side is that it enables scientists to figure out how these kinds of volcanoes work under glaciers, adding to what we already know about how volcanoes behave. Number 7, Katla, the hidden volcano. It is safe to say that Iceland is a paradox. Otherwise, fire has no business under ice, and get this, the ice doesn't melt. As contradictory as that sounds, if you explore under the Myrtlesjökull glacier, you will find a hidden volcano. They're called Katla. This is one mind-blowing phenomenon that has kept scientists working all night. Careful study of the change in temperature and sudden release of gases led scientists to this Katla. Experts monitor this phenomenon and report that the glacier's structure changes daily. Monitoring the glacier is a measure that must be taken to avoid the indications of potential volcanic activities and possible eruptions. Satellite images give a big picture of the glacier's surface, helping scientists to track changes at all times. This collected data better explains the relationship between Katla's internal volcanic processes and external influences. Considering there has never been an eruption, why go through the stress? Iceland's history boasts of some phenomenal eruptions that have rocked our world, and its eruptions are also famous for forming some of Iceland's captivating landscapes. So you could say that it would rather be safe than sorry, and information gathered over time shows that this past eruption has left impacts on the surrounding land that can't be ignored. What do you think could be the cause of these phenomena? Ever seen something like it? Share your opinion in the comments section below. Number 6, Viking history. Remember the cave near Oddi, right? While it was being dug up, archaeologists found some very cool stuff that takes you on a trip back in time to the lives of the Vikings. This cave turned out to be not only a hiding spot but also a settlement for Vikings. The cave is still being explored, but archaeologists have reported that this cave was used for shelter and storage of utensils and weapons. Weapons, utensils, and artifacts have been found in this cave. Now, look tells us how skilled these Vikings were in making stuff. It was not just work and war for them. The Vikings were into farming and crafting, too. The things they made, like pottery and detailed jewelry, had pictorial markings that showed their daily activities. So when archaeologists dug these bits and pieces, they uncovered a whole storybook about the Vikings, how they lived, what they did for fun, and even the stylish bling they wore. The discovery of these weapons and artifacts has urged a more rapid expedition, but experts have raised many concerns about the stability of these ancient structures. Although it has lasted long, there is no telling how long it could hold. The cave's exploration team is digging at a very slow rate, trying to be cautious of the fragile state of the cave. Number 5, the Fagradalsfjall volcano. After a whopping 781-year nap, the Fagradalsfjall volcano burst into action in 2021, giving scientists a jaw-dropping chance to explore the mysteries of the Earth's core. This not-so-wild eruption lasted a cool 6 months, drawing the eyes of amazed tourists and locals alike who just couldn't help but snap pictures of the mind-blowing red bursts. Picture curious scientists, itching to unravel the secrets below, scooping up lava samples. Brace yourself, the lava was jam-packed with crystals, shouting out that it came from a deep magma stash, not some shallow Earth's crust spot. This unexpected twist made the eruption a total game-changer for the geosciences crew. Before this fiery spectacle, there was a rumble, a 5.7 magnitude earthquake, to be exact. It didn't just shake up the ground, it stirred the curiosity of folks all over Iceland. They call it a tourist eruption because, believe it or not, it's like a show open to the public. Forget the usual volcano drill of running for the hills. This one's pretty chill as long as you steer clear of the hot lava and gas. The Fagradalsfjall volcano, with its mind-blowing eruption and surprising lava lineup, has become the star of the scientific scene and a magnet for tourists looking to add a dash of wow to their adventures. Number 4, the Skogafoss Waterfall. The Skogafoss waterfall discovered south of Iceland is nothing but jaw-dropping. It is one of the country's biggest waterfalls, 60 meters tall and stretching 25 meters wide on the Skoga River in southern Iceland. It is at the cliff's edge that once marked the coastline, making it a real natural wonder. What makes it even cooler is the way rainbows show up on sunny days due to the amount of spray they produce daily, turning the whole scene into something straight out of a dream. You may consider dressing accordingly if you go up close, otherwise, you get drenched. What makes Skogafoss special is that it gets its water straight from 2 glaciers. Imagine climbing to the top of this giant, it's like getting a front row seat to the amazing South Iceland coastline. And as if that's not enough, the waterfall is like a hotspot for salmon and char fishermen can't resist the temptation, especially between July and October. Now, here's a bit of mystery to spice things up. Legend has it that a chest of golden treasures is hidden behind the waterfall. Razi Rolfsson, the first Viking to settle in Iceland, supposedly stashed it there. He even said the first person to reach the waterfall would hit the jackpot. A few brave souls tried to grab it, but all they got was the ring on the side of the chest before it disappeared, leaving the chest and its treasures a mystery waiting to be discovered. Number 3, the Blue Lagoon. The Blue Lagoon was discovered in the beautiful landscapes of southwestern Iceland. It is a special kind of hot spring known for its amazing bright blue-green color. People from all over the world come here to soak in its warm and healing water. It is a place where the powers of geothermal seawater create transformational spa journeys. Interestingly, the Blue Lagoon isn't a well-carried-out project, it was a mistake. The people of Iceland used geothermal energy to heat their homes and thought about devising a means of making more hot water a shot. It was a hit. But it came with some consequences that would later on become a wonder. This lagoon is hot water from a power plant mixed with seawater. So, the Blue Lagoon is hot water meant to disappear, but instead, it formed a big, tight pool in the rocky ground. Not too long later, people started coming to swim and relax, and even those with skin problems like psoriasis found relief. As appealing as it is to believe that this is magic, it is just pure science. What makes the water special is that it has things like silica and tiny algae. These two things possess nutrients that are like magic potions when mixed and have the potential to make you feel better. Picture yourself chilling in the calm blue waters, surrounded by Iceland's wild and rugged scenery. As you let yourself sink into the comfy water, you can feel the ancient earth doing its thing underneath. The air around you is like a relaxing melody, and the minerals in the water give you a natural hug. It's not just a place to unwind or even a spa date, it's an experience that connects you with the real power of Iceland's refreshment. As expected, people talked about it so much and are still talking about how good the Blue Lagoon was that soon enough, curious scientists came to study it in 1987. And even better? 2012, it became famous and one of National Geographic's 25 wonders. Number 2, Mystic Plant Fossils. Scientists, researchers, and discoverers alike are always up to something. To them, no knowledge gained is wasted, so it's no wonder in 2021, scientists discovered 40-million-year-old plant fossils in Iceland. Without discounting the idea, further exploration proves this discovery to be nothing short of a mystery that has waited for so long to be unraveled. The fossils revealed that the plants grew in Iceland during a period when the climate was warmer than we have today. But the presence of these ancient plant fossils in Iceland is really surprising because the island's current climate is cool and subarctic. However, this discovery suggests that Iceland was once much warmer, most likely due to its location in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Otherwise, there is no explanation. It's almost impossible to have plants materialize on the island. Layers of the plant, specifically lignite, including around 40 flowering ones, 7 conifers, and 4 ferns found in 6 different sedimentary units, somehow got themselves stuck between layers of lava on an island in the middle of the vast Atlantic Ocean along the coast of Iceland. When we think of plant fossils, we usually find them neatly settled in sediment layers across North America and Europe, sharing stories of ancient plant life in those regions. But these newfound plant fossils are no ordinary discovery. The real head-scratcher is how they end up on an island in the vast Atlantic Ocean. It sounds like a plot twist in nature's book. To solve this botanical puzzle, scientists must dig deeper and find proof that these plants grew in Iceland. Here's where it gets tricky: the volcanoes provide no convenient pathway for these plants. Some scientists played around with the idea of stepping stones as a potential explanation, but there's not enough solid evidence supporting the existence of closely spaced islands. So, we're left with a thrilling mystery: how on earth did these plants find their way to this isolated island? The plot thickens, and the answers might just be waiting beneath layers of lava and time. Number 1. Asteroid. On the evening of March 11, 2022, a little asteroid, 2022 EB5, about 2 meters wide, decided to put on a cosmic show but broke apart dramatically above the Arctic Ocean, close to the Norwegian island Jan Mayen. It raced through the sky at a whopping 18 kilometers per second, 11 miles per second. This space rock soon transformed into a brilliant fireball, releasing energy equal to 4 kilotons. It exploded with a loud bang, and infrasound from Greenland and Norway picked it up. And guess what? Folks in northern Iceland claim to have caught a glimpse of a bright flashlight, most likely the asteroid's grand finale. It was found by Christian Sarnecki, an astronomer hanging out at the Konkoly Observatory's Piszkesteto station in the scenic Matra Mountains, Hungary. After waiting and staring blankly, his wait paid off because just 2 hours before the asteroid decided to make its fiery entrance, Sarnecki spotted it. This rare event marks 2022 EB5 as the 5th asteroid ever discovered just before it graced our planet with its presence. Initially, the cool folks with glasses at the Minor Planet Center gave it the temporary name SAR 2593 on the Near-Earth Object Confirmation page. What makes this asteroid stand out? It's on the smaller side, estimated to be about 3 to 4 meters wide, making it different from the thousands of other small space rocks out there. The cool part? Its size means it didn't cause much trouble gaining entrance into Earth to visit us. However, it cut short. Previous cases include asteroids named 2014 AA, 2018 LA, 2008 TC3, and 2019 MO. Predicting the paths of these space rocks will help us understand them better and prepare us for any potential risks they might bring. Which of the discoveries discussed today do you find most intriguing? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.